What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Rob RC back at you again with the Boxing 411. Now, I just watched the Mikey Garcia fight, and I'm going to give y'all my post-reaction on that fight, how everything went down. On the undercard of that fight, you had the first fight, Harris against Martinez, that's at the 112 flyweight. And that fight was a very entertaining fight. Martinez is was the champion. He's the WBC champion in the 112 division, and he fought a real good fight against Harris. Harris did show himself to be a good competitive, but Martinez clearly beat him. You know what I mean? I had him beating him like 8 rounds to 4. But again, Harris, a boy from Wales, did show that he belonged in the ring with Martinez. He just got to step his skill set up a little bit more, step his game up a little more, and I believe that one day he will be a champion. But it was a very good competitive fight. It went all 12, and Martinez won that by decision. The second fight was the return of Roman Tito Gonzalez versus the WBA flyweight champion in the 115-pound division, Khalio Yafai. Khalio Yafai. I hope I ain't killing the dude's name. But that fight there was a very entertaining fight. And the first round started off with a bang. You know, the champ was fighting Chocolatito's game. He fought Chocolatito's fight. You know, his team wanted him to box Gonzalez. But for some reason, Yafai he decided he wanted to show Chocolatito that he could beat him at his own game, and he stood up in there and went toe to toe, trading punches with Chocolatito. Chocolatito, you know, he loves to throw punches in abundance. He loves to throw, you know, a lot of punches, and it's a method to his madness. But it proved to be a fatal thing for Yafai, for Khalio Yafai. I'm trying to say this dude's name right. The former champion. He shouldn't have did the toe-to-toe thing with Chocolatito. Chocolatito looked pretty good. He was getting tagged, but you know, not as much. He wore down Yafai in this fight, and he took control of this fight, to me, in the second round. He was really putting it on Yafai. You know, he tried to stay away from some of the punches during the fight. As the fight went on, I want to say, as the fight went on, the 4th and 5th round, Yafai did try to keep his distance, but Chocolatito kept coming and kept coming. And eventually, he wore down Yafai. He wore down Yafai. Yafai tried to keep his distance as the fight went on because he was getting tired, and Chocolatito was just breaking him down. You know, I think that the pressure Chocolatito put on him was proved to be a bit too much for Yafai. And in the 9th round, Chocolatito got the stoppage by KO. You know, knocking Yafai down two times. The first time he knocked him down, he got a 10 count. Then he knocked him down again, and the referee waved the fight off because your fighter looked like he was in shape to keep going. But it was interesting to me that he chose to fight that fight with Chocolatito. He chose to fight Chocolatito's fight, and that proved to be, detrimental for his game plan. He didn't listen to his corner. I don't understand why, but hey, now Chocolatito is a 6-time champion, and he's the new WBA flyweight champion in the 115-pound division. Now let's get to Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia and Jesse Vargus fight. I was very impressed by how Jesse Vargus was keeping the stick on Mikey Garcia from the opening round. He kept stabbing Mikey Garcia to the stomach with a left jab. He kept that stick in his face too. And he did this, keeping Mikey off. I want to say, Mikey, to me, looked like he was heading for another bad loss. The way Vargus was sticking him with the jab and keeping him on the end of his jab. And he was hitting Mikey with some good punches. And Jesse Vargus showed a lot of good speed in that first, first 3-4 rounds. I would give Jesse Vargus the first 3 rounds easily because he did stick Mikey Garcia with that left jab, which was a beautiful jab, and he kept peppering him with it and stabbing him in the stomach with it. And he was also throwing right crosses to Mikey's stomach and gut area. Every time Mikey would try to come in, he would stick him with the jab. Mikey, to me, was taking a lot of good punches to the midsection, to the body, And Mikey wasn't giving a lot of body shots back, which I was, tripping on. But I'm very impressed with Mikey being able to absorb a lot of those body punches and still, pull through it. And in the 4th round, he started breaking through. He started, ramping up his punches. He started getting closer in range to Vargus. And he started sticking Vargus pretty good with the 1-2. Eventually, in the 5th round, he got closer to Vargus. Vargus was sticking him. He thought he rocked Mikey Garcia in that 4th round. So Vargus got a little confident in the 5th round. And Mikey Garcia and closed the range and got in his range better and closed the space between them and eventually caught him with a clean right hand from when he set it up from the 1 and then hit him with the 2 and knocked Vargus on his ass, knocked him down. And Vargus was smiling and laughing, but he was clearly rocked and hurt. I thought Mikey was going to be able to get him out of the fight, get him out in that 5th round. But he didn't have enough time left to do that. The bell rang the next 15 seconds. But I thought that fight was going to be over with in the 5th round. And that was a very entertaining, grueling fight for me to look at with Mikey doing this thing. Because in the 6th round, Mikey kept it up. He kept getting closer and closer to Vargus, and he stayed in his range, and he kept rocking the shit out of Vargus with that right hand and uppercuts. He hit him with some nice uppercuts. He caught Vargus with some hooks, and before you know it, he popped Vargus again with overhand right, and had him hurt again in the 6th round. In the 7th round, Mikey pretty much did the same thing. Vargus kept trying to keep the stick on him, but Mikey was, going hard with the 1-2, setting up the overhand right and throwing some beautiful uppercuts. And he was able to rock Vargas again, and he rocked him, throughout the fight. To me, I mean, 8th round, same thing. I mean, Vargas was looking real tired. It looked like Mikey had an opportunity to stop him. You know what I'm saying? He was pretty much winning these rounds. 9th round, Vargas tried to show some type of spirit, and he was definitely being competitive. He was sucking it up, but as he went back to the ropes, he held his arms onto the ropes, which kind of gave the indication that he was tired. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, I felt that Mikey won that round as well. Now, in the 10th round, Vargas came back a little better. It seemed like he had recouped a little bit. He was getting his second win. And he moved a little bit better. He was throwing punches, but the punches didn't have no power on it. Not enough power to keep Mikey off of him. And but he was hitting Mikey with some shots. And he might have pulled off that round. But in the 11th round, Mikey was, again, boxing real good, and Vargas was keeping that stick on him. And that was a close round, that 11th round. But I think Mikey edged it out with the shots he was landing. They were clear, eye-popping shots. I think he hurt him again in that 11th round. And in the 12th round, it was more of the same. Vargas did try to go all out. He was, he knew he needed to do something to, he needed to win that 12th round big. He needed to win that. And he did try his hardest, but I think he was a little bit gassed out, and Mikey was still ready to go. Mikey did pummel him around in that ring, in the 12th round. He did throw some good jabs to Mikey's stomach, and he still popped Mikey with some good right hands. But Mikey overcame all of that, and dusted Vargas off. He beat Vargas pretty good. He hurt Vargas again in the 12th, and he wanted to close the show out with a stoppage on Vargas. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to do that. But he did win the 12th round, and the judges gave it to him by unanimous decision. And he's the new WBC Diamond belt holder now. So that was a very, 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 very good and entertaining fight. All 3 fights was very entertaining. I gotta say the Zone did a good job with these fights tonight. I don't know what's gonna be next for Mikey Garcia, even though he said he would like to fight Manny Pacquiao. He mentioned his name, and he said that he would like a rematch with Errol Spence Jr., which I don't really want to see, because I don't think that Mikey can hang with the likes of Errol Spence Jr. He's too big, too powerful, and I don't want to see him fight Sean Porter. He won't have a chance against Sean Porter. Sean Porter is a definitely rough and rugged, tough fight. Somebody that can stop Mikey. And also, Keith Thurman's too big for him. Danny Garcia, these guys, the elite fighters like those guys are too big. And he don't want none of Terrence Crawford. So, but he wants to fight Manny Pacquiao. That could be a very entertaining fight. But I see Manny Pacquiao possibly, I believe Manny Pacquiao will stop Mikey Garcia, because Manny Pacquiao has a real strong left hand, and he really fast. You know what I'm saying? Only way he can really get at Pacquiao is if he can make it past 6 rounds of Pacquiao. Then he got a chance of beating Pacquiao. Because Pacquiao, to me, the older he's getting now, he's running out of gas later on in the fight. And he's more vulnerable. But I don't see Mikey Garcia beating Manny Pacquiao at all. I don't see it happening. The only person that was really able to definitively beat Manny Pacquiao and really, was making real check moves and checkmating Pacquiao was Floyd Mayweather. Floyd's the only fighter that ever neutralized Manny Pacquiao in a way where he couldn't do nothing really. On the boxing skill set, on that boxing level, you know what I mean? And Mikey Garcia is a really good boxer. He got skills. And I'm not saying he couldn't time Pacquiao and do something, but the likelihood of that happening with Pacquiao, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think that'll be a good move for Mikey. I think Manny Pacquiao will sleep Mikey Garcia. I'm just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about these fights and who you think Mikey should fight next. And where does Jesse Vargus go from here? You know what I'm saying? Is he the gatekeeper now or what? But let me know what y'all think about Tito's comeback. You know what I'm saying? He's champion again. You know, they call him legend. He's only 32 years old. But, the life expectancy of a flyweight isn't that long because they take a lot of abuse amongst each other as far as a fight, These guys throw a lot of punches to beat each other up a lot. And some of their defense ain't that great. But, again, let me know what y'all think about Tito's win on this comeback. And what the problem was, I wonder, for Yafai. Why didn't he follow his corner's game plan? Or is this all some type of, I don't know, setup or what? It just didn't seem realistic to me that Yafai would come back, would fight Tito and fight his fight and not fight his own fight. I don't know, man. But that's the Boxing 411 from your boy RC. Do me a favor and smash that like button. And definitely support, that helps the channel. Support the channel. And you know what to do if you want to get at me. I'll holler.